is Travis filling in for Keith Hayes on assignment. This is The Booth with a different host. And this is a special edition of The Booth as The Booth, and by extension me, talk to candidates for office in the city of Brockton, Massachusetts, the city of champions. And my first guest running for office in the city of Brockton is Stephen Pina, Ward 1 School Committee. He's running for school committee of Ward 1. Stephen, welcome. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Doing great. It's been a good day so far. I'm excited to talk with you and let the people out there know who Stephen Pina is and why you chose to run for school committee.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, it was a hard decision. It's always hard to go ahead and take that dive into politics, looking at putting everything out there. But there was so many issues going on with the budget, school safety, the National Guard trying to be called in, the budget deficits. I mean, there's just so much going on that I just couldn't stand on the sideline anymore. So I had, I have years of experience in the federal government, years of experience in the military, years of experience fixing issues like this. And I had a surgery about a year ago now on my back, so I've been kind of laid up for a while, and it just so happened that I started to get back going and on my feet and moving around and doing what I needed to do. And it just seemed like a perfect time to run. I have four kids that are in the school system, all student athletes. I was a student athlete, played football at Brockton High, and so I know what it's like to have a championship team in a championship city.
So to be clear, born, raised, well, maybe not born, but grown up, raised, and live in the city of Brockton.
I was born, raised. The only time that I spent away from Brockton was when I was in college. The 6 years I was in the Army, and then maybe 4 years that I was down in Atlanta working for the VA.
What is it about the city of Brockton that you love so much, Stephen?
Yeah, people ask me that all the time. They're like, why in the heck did you come back here? And it's easy, man. It's there's such a rich history. There's so much that people just don't even like look at, like the fighters that we've had here, Marciano and Hagler. Even going further back, you're looking at Thomas Edison and everything that he did in the city of Brockton. Go back and you're looking at the shoe industry and what the shoe industry did in World War One. And then, you keep going even further back and you're looking at the Underground Railroad and everything that the Underground Railroad, came through Brockton. It's like Brockton has always been a city that championed the right cause, a city that looked at what was going on in the world and tried to make things better. And we've always persevered and we've always been knocked down, but we always get back up.
So getting back up, there are many issues surrounding the school. Um, what would you tell people that you are going to do to, start addressing those issues or the value you can add as a school committee member?
Yeah, so I have a plan. I have a 4 pillars that I'm going to work off of, and then a Champion City project, which you can go to champion.cityproject.com and you can take a look at my entire plan. But they're based off of 4 pillars, and those 4 pillars are back to basics, back to excellence, and that is looking at we hold students accountable, teachers and administrators accountable for results. We win. Focus on core academics, reading, writing, science, civics, and then honest reporting, no watering down grades or performance. Then the next one is safe schools, safe classrooms, secure perimeters and facilities, enforce consistent discipline, and back up teachers when need be. The third one is fiscal accountability and honest communication. We got to get the parents and the community back their trust after what had happened. I hope that doesn't ever happen again. But if it does, I mean, there's got to be wholesale change when you're not able to attract millions upon millions of dollars. When this is a city that has a budget of a little bit north of 600 million, so you got to be able to track that money. Every dollar should be tracked. And then the last thing is, real world readiness. And this is a key one for me. I think this is really important. So we got to have kids ready. Um, we got to teach them civics. We got to teach them personal finance. We got to teach them how to sign their name again. We got to get back to writing in cursive. Life skills, stronger vocational and technical pathways, a stronger STEM academy or TAG, what we call it here, TAG, early college opportunities. There's no reason why now kids cannot get an associate's degree before they graduate high school, which seems insane. But my ninth grader, I'm sorry, not 9-year-old, my ninth grader is already taking college courses. Okay, and then bring back the basics and make sure that people are ready to lead. So they should be ready. Different pathways: college, the military, technical, or just going and learning what they need to be able to do for themselves. So that's kind of those are my four pillars. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to be a rubber stamp. I'm not going to be with the current administration, and I cannot get along and go along with what's going on, what the mayor's doing, how this spending is out of control, and how the school committee has not been able to control that whatsoever. So I will not be a rubber stamp like they are right now.
So just as we wind this down, I mean, you're going to have to work with the rest of the school committee to
Yep.
raise the level, as you say. Um, what's your plan to do that, or how will you approach collaboration to, mitigate these issues?
That's a great question, Travis. And I'll tell you right now, I've always been one that gets along. I've always been one that's been able to talk. I've always liked to talk. And I think the difference with me is that I can see where you and I, or me and another school committee member, where we our priorities align. Not everybody's priorities are going to align all the time.
Right.
It's just not never going to happen. But I'm going to make sure that I find those where those meet. And I learned that from my years of being a leader and being able to manage hundreds of people under me, to be able to have some of the best scores, satisfaction scores in the federal government. And I will continue to do that. And I've always done that. And I teach my kids, my four kids, how to do that now, because it's a key aspect on how you get along and how you get things done in real life.
So just, we're both veterans.
Mhm.
Brockton has, a rich history of supporting veterans.
Yeah.
And part of that starts in the school, and one, making sure the students understand our history, but two, understand, that there is an expectation of service. How do you think you're going to be able to communicate that to these students who, if they get exposed to it, really do want to impact their community?
Yeah. Yeah. So what's really great is my son and my daughter, my twins, they're both in the JROTC program in Brockton. Great program. They do great things. I've talked to them multiple times. The colonel, the sergeant major that's over there, the sergeant that's over there. What I would say to that is this: look, the city has an opportunity where if you're a veteran, disabled veteran, you can work off 1,000 hours, right? I'm sorry, $1,000 worth off of your tax.
Right.
Um, so I would look at, and I would propose getting some of those veterans to come into the schools, to get into the schools, put them in positions where it's obviously very part time, to be able to mentor, to be able to look at how we can utilize them, because there are so many veterans that never get the opportunity to actually use that benefit, or end up picking up trash on the side of the library or side of the Veterans Memorial. So it's something that, those are one of the things. And it's different because I have that experience where I've been in the veteran community, in that veteran world, in the benefit world. So I know a little bit more about everything that goes along with that. Not only that, but what kind of an asset veterans are because of the experiences that they've had in their lives.
How can people connect with you, Stephen, about your campaign, your platform, and again, your vision for students in the city of Brockton?
Yeah, you can find me on the internet. My website is votepina.com, VOTEPINA, and all of my social handles are all Vote Pina.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Pina, Brockton resident, U.S. Army veteran, and now candidate for school committee in Ward 1. Stephen, thank you very much for joining the booth tonight.
Appreciate it.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on whoobazoo and hatchetradio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinista1 production hosted by Sinista1.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine, but your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I make it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, and y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything, I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's whoobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.